MILFs get filled. MILF Erotica 9-pack. Threesome Erotica. Breeding Erotica. Anal Sex Erotica. MILF Erotica Collection. Written by Tori Westwood and Nicki Menage. Narrated by Kline, Edie Olliver, Kelly Morgan, Cherry Jett and Sallybeth.
I kicked her out to take him in my behind. Backdoor MILFs 4. My lodger Justin had told me about his girlfriend only briefly over dinner. There wasn't much I could say on the matter, but the thought of losing a little bit of him to someone else weighed heavy on my mind. Since he'd moved in, I'd kind of doted on him. He was 19, and I was a shade of 40, so I kind of felt responsible for him. When he was out of the house, I used to torture myself by imagining him in all kinds of naughty scenarios. I'd think about the faceless girlfriend of his, and how she'd be fucking him all wrong, and it'd get me really worked up, sexually and emotionally. Every woman thinks they know how to look after a man the best, and I was no exception. I felt as though Justin needed me to guide him into adulthood, and that I should have a hand in every part of his growth, even the sexual side. I know it was wrong of me, but that's just how I am. I can't look at his muscled, manly physique without feeling a certain level of attraction towards him. Justin had quite the athletic frame that would often make my friends drool. Even at 20 years my junior, I wouldn't hesitate if I had the opportunity. That afternoon was special. Justin had told me his girlfriend Claire would be coming over to visit him and that I was to be on my best behavior. "What do you mean?" I asked. "I'm good, aren't I?" "Sometimes," Justin said, putting his jacket on and getting ready for work. "What do you mean, sometimes?" I walked over to him and smoothed my hands off his shoulders, fixing his tie straight. "Well, you can sometimes be overbearing." "Overbearing?" Justin raised his eyebrows and looked to my hands that were still trying to get his tie just right. "See?" he said. I laughed and took my hands off him. "Fine," I said. "Go." "See you after work," he said, leaning in and giving me a kiss on the cheek. I closed my eyes to his touch and took a deep breath. Every time he got close to me like that, it gave me chills. I never believed he'd have that effect on me when he first moved in. "Have a good day, honey," I called after, watching him close the door behind him. That day, I was more obsessed than ever. I started to imagine his girlfriend coming over and being introduced. I imagined all the things she might say and what I might say in return. And then I started to imagine Justin. Justin with his soft features and rugged, firm muscles. A guy so handsome that I'd feel as though I won the jackpot if he approached me in public. But he was all Claire's. I couldn't stand it. I tried to busy myself, taking a trip to the mall and giving the house a clean until Justin got back later that day. When he arrived, Claire was already in tow. "Hey," he said, coming through the door. I rushed over to greet him and was stopped in my tracks when Claire emerged. "Hey, Mrs. Franklin," she said with a faux smile. I stared a little longer than I should have, looking at the cutesy 19-year-old beauty that stood in front of me. I wanted to swipe the smile off her face. I'd never known jealousy like it. "You must be Claire," I said, affecting my own sense of warmth. "Come in." I kissed her on the cheek and smelt that sweet perfume on her neck. In her denim shorts and tank top, she looked underdressed. My long flowing summer dress had me thinking I'd made more of an effort than I should have. You only get to meet a person for the first time once. I was kind of disappointed already. "We'll be upstairs," Justin said with a smirk, grabbing Claire's hand. "Let me show you my bedroom." She smiled broadly at me. "Nice to meet you." I watched as Justin skipped up the stairs, tugging Claire behind him as though he couldn't wait to get her alone in his room. Soon after, I heard his door close. The sound of her childish giggling followed. I sat heavily on the couch and blew a shot of air up in my face. As I listened to them above me, I got more and more animated. I could feel the jealousy and lust bubbling underneath the surface.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?